Okay, so today we're going to take a deep dive into something a little different.
Yeah.
It's a super short piece called Decide Today
Okay.
by Shawn Wondunna-Foley over at interway.com.ho,
Mhm.
published just yesterday, actually, March 31st,
Yeah.
2025. And it's like a 1-minute read.
Oh, wow.
But it's got this really interesting idea about how making a decision can be this kind of like
Yeah.
catalyst for positive change
Right.
in your life. So we're going to sort of break that down.
Okay, cool.
So the main thing that really jumps out is this quote.
Okay.
The moment one decides to experience a better life or living reality for oneself is the moment the entire universe begins to shift in one's favor.
That's pretty powerful.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like, whoa, okay, hold on a second.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
Right. Like, how does that work?
Yeah, the universe shifting. So it's not like magic, right?
Right.
What's actually going on there?
Well, the author talks about this idea of setting an intention, right? So you make this clear command, you have this vision or this goal, and that kind of gets things moving.
So, okay, so if I say, okay, I'm setting this intention for myself,
Yeah.
like how does that actually start to change things?
Well, I think it's almost like you're suddenly, setting up a new filter for your awareness.
Okay.
Right? You start noticing things that maybe you wouldn't have seen before. Like, oh, look, there's an opportunity or there's a resource or even just, hey, the right person at the right time.
Oh, interesting.
And they're all kind of aligned with this decision that you've made, this intention that you've set.
I see. So it's like you're kind of priming your brain
Yeah.
to see those things.
And the article even says, intentions are powerful forces that shape the course of one's life.
Right. So it's not just about thinking it, is it?
No, not at all.
There's this emphasis on actually deciding and then moving forward toward this new future.
Right.
The author even says there is no need to look back, for the past does not define one's future.
Exactly. So the decision kind of kicks things off, but then you got to keep going.
Right. So it's that consistent action.
Yeah, it's like that follow through.
Yeah, that momentum.
It reinforces your commitment to yourself, and it might even signal to other people that you're serious about this.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's not just an internal thing.
Right.
It can actually manifest in your interactions with others.
And it ties back into what the author says about how one is not chained to the past. One is free to co-create a new reality simply by imagining it now.
That's a cool idea, that
Yeah.
we can co-create our reality through our imagination.
Yeah,
But I mean, sometimes big changes can feel so overwhelming,
absolutely.
Where do you even begin?
Well, the article talks about this too, right? It's like big ideas, small step along the way.
Right.
So it's about taking those little inspired actions that are moving you towards what you want.
Okay. And it even mentions something about attracting the right people.
Yes. Naturally and effortlessly attract the right people at the right moment.
Okay. So how does that work?
Well, I think when you're actively moving towards a goal, you're just naturally putting yourself out there more. You're engaging with the world in a new way, and people are going to notice that.
Right. So it's less about just sitting back and waiting for things to come to you.
Yeah.
And more about taking those actions and being open to the possibilities.
Exactly. And that enthusiasm, that focus that you have when you're working towards something, it can be really magnetic.
Yeah, I can see that. And then
Yeah.
towards the end, the article gets really big picture, right?
Yeah.
There's this whole call to action about co-creating not just a better life, but a better world. It even mentions a new spiritually united galactic Type 1 civilization and interstellar reality on Earth.
It's a pretty grand vision.
It is a pretty grand vision. So what do you think the author is trying to say with all that?
I think it really comes down to this belief in the power of individual choices.
Okay.
Even if the scale seems immense, like a galactic civilization, even small decisions for positive change can have this ripple effect.
It's like the butterfly effect, right?
Exactly. And it all comes back to that quote, what one does matters in this world.
So for everyone listening, the takeaway here is that making a decision in this present moment can actually have this huge power to change things for the better.
Right.
It's not just a mental shift. It's the first step in this chain reaction.
Yeah.
That could lead to all sorts of amazing possibilities for you and maybe even contribute to a bigger, brighter future for everyone.
So this brings up an interesting question for you listening.
Okay.
What's one decision you could make today? Something small but meaningful that aligns with the future you want to create.
Yeah.
What's one tiny step you could take starting right now to get yourself moving in that direction?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Food for thought, right?
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Absolutely.
We'll catch you next time.
See ya.
Bye.